Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on something you probably see almost every day, but maybe never really think about roller shutters.
Right. Those panels on windows, garages, storefronts.
Exactly. They seem so simple, so, utilitarian. But here's the interesting part. Behind that is a surprisingly dynamic and actually rapidly expanding global industry.
It really is.
We're diving into the Global Roller Shutters Market Report 2025 from Cognitive Market Research today.
Hmm.
And our mission really is to go beyond just the numbers. We want to pull out the key insights, help you understand not just how much this market is growing, but why, what's driving it globally, regionally.
And what it means,
Yeah,
ultimately.
yeah, exactly. We want to get you genuinely well informed on a market you might never have really considered before.
And what's truly fascinating here, I think, is how something so, well, fundamental to our buildings has evolved.
Hmm.
It's gone from just a basic component to a significant economic force. This report, it doesn't just show growth figures. It really shines a light on how roller shutters are adapting to much broader needs than just, simple security.
Like what kind of seeds?
Well, we're talking about big shifts in construction trends, energy efficiency becoming critical, even smart home integration, and that's happening worldwide.
That's a really powerful distinction. Okay, so let's zoom out first. Get that global perspective because the numbers themselves are pretty compelling.
They really are.
In 2021, the global roller shutters market, it generated over $47.6 billion in revenue.
47.6 billion. That's already huge.
Huge, and that's just the starting point. By 2025, it's projected to climb past $60.8 billion.
Wow.
And looking even further out, the long-term forecast, this is for 2033, predicts the market will expand significantly. We're talking nearly $100 billion, specifically $99.27 billion.
Almost double the 2021 figure.
Exactly, which works out to an overall compound annual growth rate, or CAGR, of 6.31%.
And maybe we should just quickly explain CAGR for listeners.
Good point. Yeah, so CGR, it basically smooths out all the year-to-year bumps to give a clear average annual growth rate over that whole period.
Right. It cuts through the noise.
It does. It's a really useful way to see the underlying momentum. So that 6.31% tells us this isn't just some fleeting trend, it's robust, sustained growth.
It absolutely is. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, like I mentioned, it's not just about blinds or basic security anymore.
Right.
It's about how infrastructure itself is evolving. The sophisticated needs of modern buildings globally, you've got rapid urbanization, loads more construction,
And security is always a factor.
always. Plus a bigger focus now on property protection, advanced thermal insulation, energy management. These things elevate the roller shutter from just a component to, well, an increasingly indispensable part of modern building design.
So it reflects deeper economic development.
Exactly. And what's really insightful is how they're becoming multifunctional, integrated with smart systems for automated climate control, maybe better hurricane protection in some areas, even noise reduction.
That makes perfect sense. Okay, so those global numbers paint a really compelling picture of growth. But global is just an average, right?
It is, yeah.
So what does this actually look like on the ground in different parts of the world? Let's take a regional deep dive, see how each continent is contributing.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Let's turn our attention to North America first.
Yeah.
This region is showing really strong performance. We're looking at a KGR of 6.385%.
Solid growth.
Very solid. Its market revenue was over $13.3 billion back in 2021. It's expected to more than double to, get this, $28.1 billion by 2033.
Wow, more than double.
Yeah. And the U.S., as you might guess, is the largest contributor. Its market is projected to go from over $8.4 billion in 21 to over $18.6 billion by 33. That's a 6.643% CAGR.
That's a huge engine driving the regional growth.
It is. Canada is also expanding significantly, also set to more than double its market by 2033. And Mexico is forecasted for healthy growth too, around 5.3% CAGR.
What's really interesting there, I think, is how North America, which you might consider a mature market in many ways, still finds such strong, sustained growth.
Right, you'd think it might level off more.
Exactly. But it's not just about new builds, although that's definitely part of it. We're seeing a lot of demand from retrofitting existing buildings.
For security.
Security, yes, but also improved thermal insulation, especially, with rising energy costs.
Mhm.
And crucially, integrating smart home tech. People want that automated convenience, better energy management.
Makes sense.
And in some areas, like coastal regions, there's even specific demand for shutters offering advanced storm and hurricane protection, reflecting those specific environmental challenges.
Okay, fascinating. Let's move across the Atlantic then. Europe. How's it looking there?
Europe shows healthy, consistent growth. Even though it's a mature market, it has a respectable CAGR of 5.898%.
Okay, so slightly lower than North America, but still strong.
Very strong. The market was over $11.7 billion in 2021, and it's projected to nearly double to almost $23 billion by 2033.
Nearly double again. And within Europe.
France is showing strong growth. Its market value is set to more than double by 2033. Germany and Russia also have healthy outlooks, both projected to more than double their market values in that time frame as well.
So consistent growth across the board there, too.
Pretty much. Even smaller markets, the report mentions Luxembourg specifically, are maintaining steady, impressive growth around 6.16%.
What's driving that consistency in Europe, do you think?
Well, Europe's growth, even at that slightly lower rate, points to very stable, enduring demand. It probably boils down to a few things. Strict building codes often push energy efficiency.
Right, that's a big focus there.
Definitely. Also, a general consumer preference for durable, long-lasting products. And, of course, the ongoing need for security and privacy, residential and commercial.
And aesthetics. I imagine that plays a role in Europe.
Absolutely. Many European cities focus heavily on preserving architectural aesthetics. So there's demand for roller shutter solutions that are effective, but also visually discreet, sometimes even integrated right into historical building facades.
Interesting. Okay, from Europe, let's head east. Asia Pacific, what's the story there?
Asia Pacific is showcasing really significant expansion, a THR of 6.102%.
Okay, back up over 6%.
Yep. This market was over $7.1 billion in 2021, and it's forecasted to more than double, reaching over $14.4 billion by 2033.
And the major players?
China is really leading the charge. Its market is projected to more than double, set to exceed $4.2 billion by 2033.
No surprise there, given the scale of construction.
None at all. But interestingly, both Japan and India are showing identical strong CAGRs, 6.482%.
Identical. Wow.
Yeah, indicating really powerful parallel growth tracks. South Korea is also contributing significantly, expected to more than double its market value. And Taiwan's projecting substantial growth too.
So what's the underlying dynamic in APAC?
The growth in Asia-Pacific is particularly compelling, I think, because it's driven so much by rapid urbanization and just massive infrastructure projects.
Right.
Countries like China and India, huge populations, booming construction sectors, they're key drivers for almost every building component, including advanced roller shutters.
And it's not just basic shutters anymore.
No, exactly. Rising living standards, increasing adoption of new tech automated systems, better designs, that all plays a crucial role, pushing demand beyond just basic function towards more premium features.
Got it. Okay, from Asia, let's swing down to South America. How's that region performing?
South America is another region experiencing robust growth. The key GR there is 6.379%.
Pretty much in line with North America.
Very close, yeah. The market was over $3.6 billion in 2021, projected to more than double to over $7.6 billion by 2033.
And who's leading there?
Brazil leads the region. Its market value also set to more than double by 2033. But what really stands out here actually is Argentina.
Oh. What about Argentina?
It shows a particularly high CAGR, 6.697%. Projected to more than double its market from about $767 million in 21 to over $1.6 billion by 33.
Higher than the regional average, higher than Brazil's even. Why do you think that is?
Well, Argentina's notably high KDR is a great example of how specific country-level dynamics can really drive accelerated growth. It could be increased investment in new construction, maybe a heightened focus on property security in cities, or perhaps adopting more modern building standards faster.
So local factors can create unique surges.
Exactly. It just highlights that growth isn't uniform everywhere. Local economic and social conditions really matter for products like roller shutters.
Makes sense. Okay, next up, the Middle East. What are we seeing there?
The Middle East is also showing strong performance, an impressive KGR of 6.569%.
Another high one.
Definitely. This market was just over $3 billion in 2021, expected to more than double to over $6.7 billion by 2033.
And within the region.
Saudi Arabia really dominates here. It has an even more impressive KGR, 6.764%. Its market is projected to jump from about $1 billion in 21 to over $2.3 billion by 33.
Wow. And other countries?
Other key countries like Turkey, the UAE, Qatar, Egypt, they're also maintaining strong KGRs, all above 6.2%. So broad strength across the region.
What makes the Middle East market tick?
The Middle East growth is particularly fascinating. I mean, this region is often associated with really ambitious construction projects, right? Luxury real estate, huge government spending on new infrastructure, even entirely new cities.
Yeah, absolutely.
So in that kind of environment, advanced building materials and high-end security solutions like roller shutters naturally see heightened demand. There's a big emphasis on both aesthetics and robust protection.
And climate control must be huge.
Huge, especially in extreme heat. That makes multifunctional roller shutters that help with insulation a very, very attractive solution.
Okay. And finally, that brings us to Africa.
Right. And Africa boasts one of the strongest outlooks globally, an impressive regional CAGR of 6.748%.
One of the strongest. Higher than the Middle East, even.
Slightly higher, yes.
Yeah.
The market there was over $8.6 billion in 2021 and is projected to more than double to over $19.3 billion by 2033.
Over $19 billion. That's massive.
It is. And get this, Nigeria leads not just the region, but has the highest KT across all regions in this report. A staggering 7.008%.
7%. Wow.
Its market is set to leap from about $3.2 billion in 21 to over $7.5 billion by 33. South Africa also contributes significantly, growing at about 6.3%, its market expected to more than double too.
So this raises an important question, doesn't it? What unique factors might be accelerating demand so much in markets like Africa, particularly Nigeria, where we see these chart-topping growth rates?
I think it points to a confluence of things: rapid economic development in pockets, increasing foreign investment, a growing middle class that's prioritizing both security and modern amenities in new construction.
So these are markets catching up, maybe leapfrogging in some ways.
You could say that. They're nascent markets in some respects, rapidly integrating modern building solutions on a grand scale. It's driven by burgeoning cities, significant industrial expansion. It's just a clear indicator of massive opportunities and development happening right now.
That truly is a phenomenal overview. What a dynamic yet, like we said, often overlooked market. So just to tie it all together,
Right.
we've seen the global roller shutters market is set for really robust growth, almost doubling between 2021 and 2033.
Right, that $47 billion to nearly $100 billion picture.
Exactly. And this expansion is powered by strong performances everywhere, really. But North America, Asia Pacific, Africa, and the Middle East showing particular strength, especially Africa with that highest growth rate.
Absolutely. And for you, our listener, whether you're, a business owner, maybe an investor, or just someone interested in global trends,
Yeah.
this deep dive really reveals how these fundamental bits of our built environment actually reflect much bigger economic shifts and opportunities.
It's not just about shutters.
Not at all.
Yeah.
This growth is fueled by specific regional demands, by innovations like we talked about, smart integration, advanced materials, and just sustained construction growth worldwide. It highlights markets that aren't just growing, but fundamentally evolving.
So a lot happening behind those rolling panels.
Definitely. Which leads to a final thought for you to maybe ponder.
Okay.
Given this really impressive growth trajectory, what surprising new applications or maybe technological advancements beyond just security and insulation might roller shutters embrace to sustain or maybe even accelerate this market expansion in the coming decades? Could we see them as, integrated solar panels generating electricity, or dynamic privacy screens that adjust automatically to light, maybe even active air purification systems built in?
Food for thought indeed. That really opens up possibilities. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into the global roller shutters market.
My pleasure.
We hope you feel a little more well-informed now about the surprisingly powerful and evolving industry. Until next time, keep digging deeper.